Like I said, there are many names, Underground Railroad and stuff like that. Well, I mean, it's just deep underground mining, really. And like I said, we did a lot of mining, a lot of underground stuff, working with metal and stuff like that, mining. I had whole cities underground. I had even had smelteries. The first smelteries were underground because rock naturally contains heat really well. So, anyway, there were smelteries underground inside of mountaintops. Like I said, maybe possibly even Mount Cheyenne um, might have been been a smeltery. Anyway, though, I mean, in granite rock and rock, basically, it's a good substance for basically having, basically a foundry and stuff like that. It contains the heat really well and all that other stuff, and you could mine it out and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't really know. It was a long, long, long time ago, and it was when I was working with the human race or whatever else like that. Like it's like thousands of years ago. So anyway, but and a lot of the things that I did nowadays are legends. But they're all still there. I had them keep at least one of the mountaintop smelteries. You know, so anyway, it's though people like Rodney would come along and call me crazy, and though people would try and get access to my money and stuff like that, it's like, well, bad decisions on my part, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. It took them a long time to figure out, all the intricacies of basically how large I was. Like I said, a lot of people were just born into this world, so they had a lot to catch up on. Like I said, 12 races, exoskeletons, 1.5 foot life forms, the human race, the whole human race. Um, it would take you billions of trillions of zillions of years to figure out. Like I say, in the first 5 years, or the first 10 years, or first 30 years of your life, you will be like, "It's not true! It's not true! He's lying! You're crazy!" And then as you get older and older and older and older and older, and when you're about 80 or 120, you might actually hit upon the facts or have seen enough of the things in this world where you actually start to realize that yes, it's true. So anyway, like I say, you wander around, you see some technology, you see some other things, and you start wondering. And then you start wondering even more. You see the Fabergé eggs, you go to all the museums, you start looking at some of the old mines, and then you start wondering, what if something is down there at 120,000 feet? What if there are deep underground caverns? And the truth is, yes, there are. Of course. Like I said, I had exoskeletons, I had 1.5s. The LSF-A colony ship. Maybe you go see the Blackbird and you look underneath the window. Like I said, I think they ground it out, so it's a thin spot now, basically where it used to say LSF-A. Anyway, they were going to try and keep it though. But anyway, though, like I said, I've never actually seen the Blackbird, so I don't know what it says underneath the window. But it should be right there, just underneath the window or just behind the window, somewhere around in there, basically. LSF-A. Printed in depleted uranium. So anyway, whatever. I remember when they printed it. So anyway, or fabricated it, basically. Anyway, though, it's a cool little thing. Like I say, it takes a long time for uranium to actually be depleted. So anyway, but whatever. Good luck with all that. Like I said, you call me crazy. You've always called me crazy. And for 120,000 years or 120 million years, the human race was out to kill me. So anyway, and I was wondering why. But anyway, apparently there were people like JFK or someone that considered himself rich and powerful and was in the mood to just kill whoever else was rich and powerful. So anyway, although they weren't able they actually did do quite a bit of stuff that disturbed me quite a bit, but they weren't actually able to kill me as I'm still here. So anyway, oh well, better luck next time. Big and powerful leaders. Like I said, someone was going around just killing whoever was rich or powerful. So anyway, unfortunately, I had a little bit too much love. Like, people liked me too much. So about all they could do was just talk shit about me and call me crazy. And they did for thousands of years, even before everyone else knew who I was. They did, and people at Belfast and other places would get angry at these other people that would say mean or unkind things to me, or about me, basically, because I'm the great Lucifer Star, builder of the Titanic, evacuator of whole countries, owner of countries. Like I said, it was my children, or my little life forms, my people. Like I said, for love, kindness, and equality, we would buy land and buy countries. Later on, they called themselves, the Vatican started coming around and stuff like that, and it's like, well, anyway. So anyway, like I said, I don't know. I don't really know about the Vatican exactly. Like I don't know what they were doing, and they were supposed to be working for me, but who knows? I don't really care anymore. Like I said, I had Ireland, and I had my Belfast shipyard, LS, Lucifer Star. I had my star, and anywhere you would see stars, basically. 5-pointed stars, 6-pointed stars, 7-pointed stars. That was basically, I was Lucifer Star. So, but what is a star? Well, it's a pointy object. Sometimes a star was just a cross with 2 little lines. Sometimes it was more like an X. Some people thought of that as a star. It's actually, it's a couple of little lines going across. It's a star. They wore them on the back of their boots and called them spurs. They're stars. Little stars. So anyway, in all the different forms, star. So anyway, Lucifer Star, at your service. So anyway, yes, well, endless bank accounts, endless amounts of money, 4 different types of life forms, including the human race, or actually 8 or 12. I just kind of kept adding life forms to my ranks, to where that's why they called it Starfleet, Lucifer Starfleet, by the way. So, like I said, good luck with all that crazy talk. Call me crazy, eh? But yet you use my ships, my White Star Line ships. And by the way, like I said, I had Chinese or Asian security forces. I love you. I'm sorry. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I loved the Chinese. They were fearless. They were everything they said they were. Loyal, honest, perfect. Anyway, I miss them every day. I miss them. Well, fully a William Shatner for a minute. Anyway, William Shatner. Whatever. Like I said, nowadays Rodney and Rick Bush and a lot of other people that call themselves religious Jehovah's Witnesses, Joe's Witnesses. Their name was Joe's Witnesses. They're a paramilitary group, a long time ago. Kind of annoying, actually. Anyway, basically Joe did a lot of bad stuff, and then Joe went to jail and was going to get executed. And he had a bunch of people, which were really his military group, that they had to go into the courtroom and say, no, Joe is fine. Joe did nothing wrong. It's like, we were there with Joe the whole time. He was at a party. Nothing happened. It's like, abuse of my system. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. That's why I started classifying people by number. Because I was like, well, you can't duplicate a number. Because there's Joe, there's Tom, there's Joe Barnes, Joe Beam Bom Boom, Joe Bush, Joe Billy Bob blah, blah, blah. All these people. I was like, that's it. I'm gonna start doing everyone by number. So everyone got a number with their name. So that's blah blah. Not to be confused with blah 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 blah. Because there are just too many people by Joe Barnes, Joe Bush. All these names. Because there's probably like 50,000 Brians in the whole world. But which one are you looking for? So everyone got a number next to their name. So that's person number, blah 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 blah. So anyway, though, whatever. It was really annoying and really really confusing. So. Straightening out the nightmare that was your civilization was one of the. It took me 1,000 years, and I'm like an expert with civilizations. So, considering it took me 1,000 years, it's like, wow, yeah. Just straighten out and go, this is that, that's that, that's that, okay, that's that. And it was mostly because I was Lucifer Star that everything was like, okay, there. Now everything's figured out and straightened out. All right, now we can move forward. So anyway, whatever. Like I say, the Fabergé eggs are basically just worthless without, other than the fact that they were one of my companies.